Signal there's red. That train's coming by at quite a speed. Oh my god, I was going to slam on the brakes. It came around the corner at like its usual high speed, and now over there the signal's red.
Late night Sunday and early morning Monday, trains will not call at Malsing. A rail replacement bus will be in place to serve stations between Biggleswade and Hitchin. Also, on Saturday
That's close.
Bentley and Great Northern trains will be revised due to engineering works.
So now this train's being held at the red signal.
Please visit Great Northern
Why, I don't know.
for updates or check station posts.
Thanks for the wave. What happened here then? Bro, the train came round the corner at 125 miles an hour. I'll go down the straight towards Biggleswade, and I see the signal there red. I'm thinking, oh god, what the hell? I must have slammed on those damn brakes. Jesus wept. For the looks of things, there is a signal fault because the signal up south, after the one that you can see in the camera, is green. So that's red, the other one there is green. That explains why this Azuma is stopped here. So from what I could assume, there's now a signal fault at Biggleswade, from the looks of things. Okay, so, update what's going on. I've just spoken to the driver of this Azuma here, that's been stopped at Biggleswade. Turns out the reason why he was stopped here. Thank you. The reason why he was stopped here for a bit is because, for those of you who don't know, there is a broken down Class 91 at Hitchin, at Nebworth, and basically what's going on is, wait, I'll explain once Azuma's left. So what's gone on is, those who don't know, there is a broken down Class 91 outside Nebworth, and it's been declared a failure. What's gone on is, the driver of that Azuma has just spoken to the signaller, I think it was, and turns out they've evacuated the people onto the train tracks. So now there's apparently a bunch of people just walking on the train tracks between Nebworth and Stevenage. So, from what he's told me, the whole line is now shut. The whole line's now blocked because of that issue. So, this is absolute carnage. Oh my goodness god. So there's the Azuma there that I just spoke to the driver about. He's now just cruising along. He told me that they're going to move him into Hitchin, I think it was. And there's going to be another train that's going to be stopped here. This is really not good. Oh my goodness gravy. Leeds to London King's Cross, already running 36 minutes late. And this is now having to cruise into Biggleswade to stop here due to the ongoing situation at Nebworth regarding the failed Class 91, and with a bunch of passengers being evacuated and just roaming free onto the tracks. At least that's what's going on according to what the driver of the the Newcastle to King's Cross bound train told me. Thanks for the wave. Very nice of him, considering he's already running about 36 minutes late. So that's now gonna, so that's gonna be stopped there for a good while. The signal over here is red as well on the slow line, so chances are, I guess the driver really means like the whole line's been blocked now. It's not looking good for the East Coast Main Line at the minute, man. Especially for 91s, because the Battle of Britain had seized axles or something like that about a week and a bit back at Stevenage. It was then left outside Olseley for a bit. It was then brought into the Hitchin sidings where the stock got recovered by some 67s, as you saw I filmed that. And now today the Skyfall 91 fails at Nebworth, and then the passengers get evacuated onto the tracks. So now we've got like hundreds of bloody passengers on the tracks. And there's another Azuma over there. I think that's York to King's Cross. So the chances are there's going to be some massive congestion happening. This is bad. Oh, now that signal's red. So is that going to be on the move, or has the driver been told by the signaller to having to wait here? Or since the other Azuma, the one where the driver spoke to me, since he told me that's going to be brought into Hitchin, maybe this one's going to be brought into Olseley. So that's after Hitchin, and then the train behind that one will have to be brought into here. Who knows? But that's why things going on. This is all just happening right here and now. So I'm just as shocked as you guys probably are. Alright, this is... got a little horn there. I don't know if that was with me, but if it was, thank you. I assume it wasn't. Might have been a sign or something, I don't know. So that Azuma's now left. 102.06, that's now left. And it's again a case of like the signal, that being red, but the other signal being green. Obviously, when it was coming into the platform. There's now another one here. I think this one is York to, King's Cross. That will now have to come to a stop here.
Engineering works are taking place this week that may affect your journey.
May affect our journey? I don't think that's affecting our journey. I think that's the least of our worries right now. You know what I mean?
Also, on Saturday,
Oh man.
Thameslink
Azuma, the second Azuma, is now switching over to the slow line. So I'm assuming that's going to be brought into Olseley, considering the other one's now being brought into Hitchin. Okay, so my mistake. This one here is Newcastle to King's Cross. There's now one directly behind this one. You can see it just down there. There's Newcastle to King's... There's now York to King's Cross, I meant. Behind this one here. And we've got a 700 arriving into platform 1. But chances are that won't be departing from the looks of things because of the signal. Bloody hell, that came in quick. So that's going to be how that red signal here because of the situation at Nebworth. Here comes York to King's Cross onto platform 2. We'll train platform 3. That's going to be all good. Here's your Newcastle to King's Cross, A01 210. That's 700 145 there. Oh man, this is really not looking good. So I would assume that train will now have to be stopped here for God knows how long, along with the 700 here. Normal slow line is now green. This comes to the assumption the 700 will maybe be on the move. Yep, it's on the move now. Let's see if it can move in one piece. There it goes, onto King's Cross. Well, probably not onto King's Cross at this rate. That is less 6 minutes late. 01 210 is still sat here. Not moving anytime soon from what the driver of the Newcastle to King's Cross train told me. The fast line is now green. So I assume this is when I'll be on the way. It's quite shocking to me, because I thought the whole line was blocked. Is it going to depart? Or is it still going to be sat there? Maybe the driver's doing some starting procedure or something. Oh, that's on the move. This is Newcastle to King's Cross on the move now. That will now go to switch to the slow line, I would assume. Actually, I don't think it is. Actually, I don't think it is. I'll tell you what, it's bloody going for it. That's acceleration is crazy on those things. Is it switching over? Or is it just gonna zoom off? As it's called the Azuma. But no more delays, they spent more time stopping when it is zooming. Oh no, I think it has. I think it's slowing down. Nope, that's on the fast line. Fair play. Yeah, that's on the fast line. So maybe the passengers...
We are sorry that the 1631 Thames Link service to Peterborough is delayed. This is due to a fault on a train. Please listen for further announcements.
Yeah.
This train is currently
That one.
Welwyn Garden City and Nebworth.
That one is... That one has been sat at Welwyn Garden City for about 15-20 minutes. Last time I checked Tracksy, it was still there. So, trains going northbound. There's about 8 trains that have now been held up between Hatfield and Welwyn Garden City because of what's going on with passengers and the train breaking down and whatnot. The recovery train, the 67 that came flying through on platform 2 is now just chilling at Stevenage because of this. Here is York to King's Cross. That's going to be coming in at that red signal. Behind it is a 91 set as well. That's going from Leeds to King's Cross, working 1 Alpha 2 3. All those trains obviously going to be running crazy late, like just 40 minutes to an hour. Here comes the York to King's Cross train, which is about to be at the signal for God knows how long. 800 201. And if I go here, that's on 91. That's a blue Azuma. Tracksy said it was a 91. That can be false at times. Because there are times where, if I'm from a Great Northern train, they say it's 387, but now most of the time it's a 379. Oh. Damn. So that signal was red for what felt like 20 seconds. That's now going to be on the move, now. I don't know if that was for me, but if it was, thank you. Yes, down clear the edge of platform 2, the train's going to be passing at high speed and it's not stopping it. It's proceeds to go at like 10 miles an hour and then stops.
This is due to a fault on a train. Please listen for further announcements. This train is currently between Welwyn Garden City and Nebworth.
Yeah, that train's going to be more than just delayed. Because from what I've checked on Tracksy, that's being held behind another train. And behind that Peterborough train that's being delayed is now about 6 or 7 different trains. That was not a 6-7 reference. Oh, that's now going into the slow line. What the hell? Oh god. Please be. What the hell's going on? That's now going to the slow line. Oh, there it is. Here comes
May I have your attention, please? Due to a fault on train between Wellington City and Stevenage, some lines are blocked. Services from this station are subject to delays, alterations, and cancellations.
You mean due to a fault on the train and passengers on the tracks? Here he leads to King's Cross now coming in at that red signal. That's now changed to a single yellow, so this leads the King's Cross train will now pass the station at a very slow pace.
May I have your attention, please, on platform 1? We are sorry to announce that the 1700 Thames Link service to
It's now green,
King's Cross
so let's just go floor it.
this is due to a shortage
Thanks a
of
wave.
train crew.
801, 201, up on it. That, as far as I'm aware, is the last of the southbound trains being held up outside the station, as far as I'm aware. Well, actually, that must be switching to the slow line as well. Because now that's just cruising at a low speed, I can tell, because you can tell when an Azuma is picking up speed. That looks like it's going to the slow line as well. And it is. I think they're going to divert. I think they're all being diverted by the Hertford loop, which is why they're all going to the slow line. Because I've only just realised now, like the driver of 1Echo42 that spoke to me, said like, "Oh, we're gonna be held up at Hitchin." Maybe not. I only just realised now. Oh wait, the Hertford loop exists. They'll have to be diverted through that. Aberdeen to King's Cross. I'll be going through Biggleswade and probably be switching onto the slow line. $800 107
Attention, please. Due to a fault on train between Wellington City and Stevenage, some lines are blocked. Services from this station are subject to delays, alterations, and cancellations. Please see greynorthernrail.com for service information.
And I've checked Thameslink website. And it's now a major disruption situation. And when I was saying the delays will be up to 45 minutes, probably more than that.
Peterborough is delayed. This is due to a fault on a train. Please listen for further announcements. This train.
It said at first on the websites of Thameslink and LNER that disruption will be expected until 5 o'clock. But I think now, because of obviously the passengers being evacuated onto the tracks, they're now saying that it's being expected until 7 o'clock now. So yeah, thank God I didn't plan to go Trainspotting this evening. Well, I can't. Well, actually, no, I can't anyway because I'm busy. But still, it's absolute carnage. Yeah, there's the train switch onto the slow line. I was going to try and wait for the 67 to hopefully get to Nebworth to recover the Phil 91 and maybe tour through where I was. But I do need to get ready for work, unfortunately. So if you're traveling, I advise not to. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 800 subscribers, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, Bosh, and travel safely.